There we go. Hey folks, we're back here trying to get this oak log finished up. I'm gonna set that right there so it's a little bit more stable. I'm trying to get this oak log finished up. I've been having some problems with chain sharpness and dealing with a little wiggly hands right now. I had to go through and file the rakers down. So they were not in a good situation. Apparently they were too high and I wasn't cutting well. So right now, as I'm thinking about this, I'm wondering if my microphone's even on or turned properly. Let me check. Yes, I said it correctly. That's awesome. Alright, so I'm gonna get set up. I've already started the saw and let it run for a couple minutes, so it's warmed up. So I was just getting my camera equipment ready and get set up and we'll get to cutting here. So I'll be back in just a minute. Well, I'm not sure exactly how that went camera-wise. Hopefully I got some stuff there. This wood's just really hard and it don't want to be cut, so it's going to be a battle. We are now halfway through the log and we were already 20 inches in, so it looks like it's going to take probably 2 more tanks to finish this log, so that's not making me feel good. So we'll see how it goes. trying to put enough in to finish. I think my chain's getting pretty dull. It's finished. It wasn't pretty. I'll give you updates later. Good morning, folks. We're back at out here getting ready to cut the rest of this oak. We've got one plank left to cut, and this is how it looks. I've got this pretty nasty little crack thing going here, but I don't think it goes too deep into the log. So we're just cutting one more 2 1/4 inch plank off of this, and then we'll be done with this log. We can get it off the log horse. So that's what the goal is. It's been a battle. We've been fighting broken chains and dull chains and all kinds of different little issues here and there. So frustration on my part, and so hopefully we'll get it finished up today. So I got a brand new archer chain made specifically for ripping. It's mounted on the saw, so we're gonna fire that up and hopefully we'll be good to go. I got my muffler tightened back up. It had gotten loose on me. We hadn't even talked about that, but the end of the last plank, this thing was just a rattling, and I had the head busted off of one of the screws, and so it was a little bit of a challenge. I don't know. I was wondering if maybe the upright here was banging the muffler and it put too much stress on the screw. So I put some space there, so we got at least a 3/4 inch gap there, so which eliminates some of my cut width, but I've measured and we should be fine with this last plank. So I'm gonna pause this, we'll get all set up, and we'll get started. That went a lot better than the last 4 cuts. So apparently ripping chain that's sharp is a really good thing. So I'm happy about that. So we'll clean this up. We'll throw some water on it, let you get a look at it. And like I said, this is the last plank for this log. So we'll have, we got this log over here on the trailer. That'll be the next one getting cut. So we had to get this one out of the way so we can cut that one and put it on here. So, alrighty, we'll be back in a little bit just to show you what this looks like. Alright, so we were just getting ready to flip this over, and we were looking at the quality of cut with the crosscut chain versus the ripping chain. And this here, this was the crosscut, and it's a pretty smooth cut. And then this is the brand new ripping chain, and man, it's just gouged. I don't know if that's what everybody that's using ripping chain is getting, but I mean, it cut quick, but man, that's going to take an extra couple passes through the planer to get that smooth. So anyway, just thought we'd point that out. We're going to flip this over now, and we'll show you what it looks like. Like stand down here and hook up and turn the water off. You're welcome to narrate if you want.
Well, those deeper cuts though give it a cool look right now when it's wet.
Which is how it's going to look when it has a finish on it. This is pretty neat right here. And some epoxy will hold that together real well. It's a crack, and it's moving, but we'll get some epoxy in there, it'll be good. But yeah, I mean, it's just so many ridges.
They look deep.
Yeah, they feel deep. Like I said, that's an extra couple passes through the planer there. But there's still a little bit of quarter sawn in there. A little bit. It's kind of hard to see with them ridges. But it's a nice board one way or the other. So pretty excited how that turned out. It went real smooth in the sense of cutting. Only had to stop to go get some wedges. That was my fault. I just wasn't prepared. So I didn't use 3 tanks of gas. I didn't break a chain. And it didn't take an hour. So, you know, I mean, what more could I want?
Win-win.
Exactly. Win, win, win. So anyway, we're going to get this put in the shed over there, and I'm thinking I might cut another one. And because I need a 4-foot one for a bench that I have to make, and I can get 4 foot out of this one that's left, I think. So we're gonna have at it, I think. So we'll be back in a little bit. Alrighty. I need to sit down. So I was thinking I was going to cut this last cut, and my lovely assistant, which today is my wife, was asking me if I needed to raise this end of the log up a little bit so I didn't cut through those boards. And I was like, no, that's what the boards are made for. They're made to just be able to cut through them and not be a problem. And but I didn't think that after I cut the boards off that the log would try to drop down in the hole. And it dropped down half an inch, maybe a little more. And then all of a sudden I couldn't cut because the chainsaw was bound up on those boards. And I was like, oh. So I just picked it up and moved it over on top of one of the legs and then finished the cut, which was fine. The other end was holding it good enough, but it just shows me that maybe that's not the best way to do that. So got sweat dripping off my nose. It's kind of warm today. I like wearing a long sleeve shirt for two reasons. One, so I don't get sunburnt, and the other, so I just don't get covered with all this crud. So a little hot. But man, that cut like butter. I was just whipping right through that log. When you're cutting with the narrow side, you got a lot less to cut and it goes quick. So that went really well. We're gonna get this one cleaned up, and we probably won't bother showing you the bottom of this one. You've already seen the top of this one. That's the one that's going to get used. So, you know, we'll go from there. So, anyway, this is the end of this log officially, and we'll get it put in the shed. And like I said before, we'll get ready for that one next. So, I'm going to have to cut it in half, and then get it up on the log horse. But we'll see what happens. So, anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. We love to have more subscribers, and any comments are welcome. So have a great day. God bless.